So the monologue's based on my godmother, Sandra, who um, was actually a work friend of my mom, and she she asked my mom to if she could be my godmother, and so she became my godmother. But she was really an amazing lady. She she loved Selena. She loved to dance. She was very outgoing, loving, caring, and I think the biggest effect that she had on me truly is that she wasn't family. She wasn't blood related. And so growing up Catholic, you have your godparents. And I guess it's usually the uncles and aunts who, ask to be the godparents. And I do. When I was born, I was baptized. And so one of my aunts is my madrina, but not once has she called me to say, how I'm doing, what have I done with my life, things like that. She just wasn't present. And so one of the things that I found that connected me towards my madrina was that she took that role seriously and showed me what it meant to be a godmother. And so I thought that was, of course, when you're younger, you don't really understand until you start getting older, and it's like, wow, she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to remember all my birthdays. She didn't have to call me to see how I was doing, but because she made that commitment to be my godmother, she was present as much as she could be. She learned English. She had an education from Mexico, and so she was a teacher. She had credentials to teach. And one of the things that she always told my mom was that one day she was going to make it. She was going to make it. She was going to have a good job. She was going to learn English. She was going to do all these great things. And she did them. She did them all. So she was a hard worker, very inspiring. When I was in grad school, she would call me and tell me not to give up. And, one of the things that always kept me going was she would always tell me, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you that you're doing this on your own. And so, unfortunately, I wasn't in contact with her as much as I would have liked, because when I went to school, I moved away. I was in Texas for most of the time, and so of course she was here in California, and so visiting was just impossible. But whenever I did come to town, I would make sure to go see her. Phone-wise, I was never, and I still struggle with that. I'm a horrible person to keep in touch with. But it's something that while writing this is something that comes up a lot. Like I miss her a lot. But it's just the fact that we don't I say we, but I don't take the time to call and say, hey, how you doing? And it's not even that hard. We get so busy with our life thinking that, oh, tomorrow. And then, tomorrow comes and that person's gone. So it gets you thinking keep in touch with your family, say hi. And I just miss her. I miss her a lot. She didn't tell me she was sick. I didn't know she was sick. Nobody knew she was sick. And seeing her, you wouldn't think she was sick. So to me, I found that really inspiring, coming to her wake and coming to say, my last goodbye is just amazing how a person can do that. And I also, I appreciate what she did, because when I think of her, of those moments of her being alive, happy, smiling, just being her personality. I remember all that, and for that I'm thankful, because I didn't get to see her, at her worst, when she was already, ready to say goodbye. But she didn't want anyone to feel sorry for her. That was always something that she portrayed, and of her characters, don't feel sorry for me. I'm still alive, so I'm still gonna go move forward. And so it was just inspiring, and I miss her. I miss her a lot, and sometimes I wish I could just call her. But, you know, unfortunately I can't, but I have those great memories of her. Look at all the plays I've written. Like I moved back. I'm in California again. Let's hang out. Let's go, you know, have a drink. Let's go shopping. Let's talk. You know, I wanted to write this into the monologue, but I thought it was kind of inappropriate. But one of my fondest memories of her, we were shopping one time, and I was gonna go visit a guy. And so one of the things she told me, she's like, use your mouth. Basically telling me to give him a blowjob. And I'm like, I was like, what? So it's like, you're giving me this advice? Like, yeah, they like that. I'm like, oh my gosh. So she was, you know, just so outgoing and just crazy, you know? Like, I don't know. Just like, nothing would surprise me after that. I was just like, you're a psycho. You know, it's like, and you know, I would invite her to all my shows. And you know, I hope that she'd be proud of me still. So